Hey, thanks Mendy for wanting to have a chat here at Lake Ruataniwha, beautiful place. I had my first national champs here in 1983, so I've been coming here a few years, and it's certainly put on a spectacular week so far, so wonderful to be here. So, since the Tokyo Olympics, we've been on a 3-year plan with the shortened Olympic cycle, and last year was about preparing the foundation for Paris, and this year's about performing. So 2023 World Champs later this year doubles as the first qualification regatta for our team. We're looking to select 10 boats this year, so we had 9 boats in Tokyo, 2 boats from each discipline plus our lightweight boats. We believe we've got the depth to select those boats. The stage of the cycle relative to Tokyo is quite a different cycle. We had a lot of experience in our Tokyo team. A lot of the Rio Olympians carried on for Tokyo, and then with the extra year that the delayed Olympics offered, allowed us to develop those younger athletes that were coming through. So quite a different this cycle, 3 years. Out of the 34 athletes we had at Tokyo, only 12 are available for selection. So we've had to do a lot of work developing some new ones, and as they've come through from the pathway, which is pretty exciting, but quite a different feel about it. So we're certainly on an upward trajectory. Yeah, so the pathway team is pretty integral to how we operate. They obviously help us with when we're selecting our various teams, because they've obviously identified the athletes that are out in the community. And then we work with them in terms of what are the selection points to enable athletes to have opportunity to come into the pathway or be selected for our national team. So pretty critical role to the future for us. Post-Tokyo, we did a big Tokyo review, and part of one of the subsets of that was how we select our elite team and Olympic team. So athletes and coaches have been asked for a number of years, with us fully immersed at Karapiro in the daily training environment, to be more involved in some of the decisions. So we had a look at the selection process, and we now have what we call a performance assessment panel, which is made up of people within the daily training environment making recommendations to our elite selectors, who then make the final decision. So this will be year 2 of that process, and but seems to be a lot more fluid in how it's operating.
The plan for boats this year is to move back towards a small boat strategy. So this has been something that Royal New Zealand has used in the past, leading up to, I'd say, Beijing and London, and then with the 8s through Rio and Tokyo, they've obviously had their successes, but now we are looking to rebuild the boat stores and the calibre of athletes to really represent New Zealand at the highest level on the world stage. In 2019, we had the 8s were considered a priority over some of the boats that we're looking to target this year. So we have, for the men's and women's sweep program, looking to select pairs and 4s, and for the sculling programs, singles and doubles, and with the lightweights selecting a lightweight doubles as well. So the difference there is we are looking to bring in athletes who work well in the 4s and pairs and the boats that have worked well for New Zealand in the past, and to build the foundation for potentially being able to move back into the bigger boats over the years to come. I think it's a good direction for Royal New Zealand to take in terms of building that foundation, getting the level of athletes required to have success both at World Championships and on the Olympics stage to ultimately win medals and represent our country with pride. I'd say there is definitely an opportunity for younger athletes to come through and show themselves and their potential. The small boats have always been a very key part of the boat strategy and a way for athletes to be able to show their talents. So if they can show themselves in the small boats at regattas such as the national champs, then they'll give themselves the best shot at being selected in the under-23s and elite squads. I think the selection process has become more comprehensive since Tokyo. In the past, it's seemed like the trials came down to 1 week. It was almost that you had to perform on this week, and now it's a case of you have many points in the season to be able to prove yourself and show what you can do on the water and how you can fit in with the athletes that we have representing the country. So the plan for this year is key to the qualification system into Paris 2024. So the World Championships this year in 2023 are where the majority of countries are able to qualify crews to be able to race in Paris. So we believe that having this strategy sets us up in a good position to qualify the boats, or as many boats as possible, for Paris, and then ultimately we can target boats that will have success and potentially win medals at Paris.